Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna mess with some of the settings that you find in the camera section of your settings to see all the things that you can enable, disable, and what those things mean. So when we go to settings and then you scroll down and then you go to camera, you see all these different settings. Now let me show you what each one means. So when you go to preserve settings on the top, you have camera mode, creative control, live photos. So with camera mode, the last thing that you had set up when you open your camera, whether it was a video or a square or portrait or whatever you had open last, when you open your camera next time, it's going to have that. I like to have that on, but most likely I'm just going to change it. Like, it doesn't bother me. If it starts to bother you, just turn it off. But it could come handy if you're doing a lot of the same things and you're closing the app and you're coming back and you have to go back to it. Creative control like filters and stuff like that, you can also have enabled, so that if you use the filter, it's going to show up in the last time you had it rather than have to find that filter again. That's if you're really using filters and stuff. If you're not really using filters, then it doesn't really matter. Live photos. Now, this is a big one because if you have this off, chances are you're going to forget to turn it on, and then when you're taking a picture, and then you're not going to have a live photo if you like live photos. If you like live photos, have this enabled so all your pictures have live photos. They take up a little bit more space, but those are great images with like a little story to them. So my girlfriend really likes live photos. She has this enabled on her phone and all her pictures are live photos. If you have this disabled, you can still take a live photo, but you have to click on the top to tell the phone to take a live photo. So you have to turn it on and off, and by default it's going to be off. So if you want it on all the time, you turn this on. If you want to have to turn it on manually every time you take a picture, you turn this off. I have it off because I don't really use live photos, but you know, my girlfriend has a blast showing me all the live photos of her brother and the pictures she took of him, and any situation really. She just loves showing me live photos. So I might start doing it too. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but it doesn't get in the way of your pictures or anything. Okay. So grid is something that if you're going to take your photography to be more professional, you want it to be more professional, you want it on. If not, if you're just a casual photographer, you might want to turn it off just because the lines can get annoying to see those lines. Professional photographers use the grid to be able to pinpoint rule of thirds and be able to place subjects on where the lines connect. That's where the rule of thirds say to go to, and we'll talk about that more later on. But it depends. You know, do you want it to be more professional? Do you want your horizons to be leveled? Turn it on. If you don't care that much, you don't want to see the lines all the time, then turn it off. So I have it off, and then when I need it, I turn it on. Scan QR codes. You can just leave that enabled. If your phone sees a QR code, it's gonna pop up like the website on the top. You can click on that and it's gonna take you to the website or wherever it's linking, if it's the app store for an app or whatever. It's really cool to have that. I remember using it the other day at this course I took. They had the QR code on the front so we could take the test. And I just pointed my camera from the back of the room, and it found the QR code and took me to the website with the test, which was pretty cool. Record video. For video, you can change the settings of the video. It can have auto low light frames per second, lock camera. So this is for video. This is for more photography course, but you can change the settings there. Change your settings for your slow motion. Record stereo sound. That's also for video. It's best to record stereo sound. Sounds better. Now let's go to formats. So there's these two formats. It's called high efficiency and most compatible. So high efficiency Apple created a file format for your images that are smaller. So now you can fit more pictures with the storage in your camera than ever before, thanks to high efficiency. The problem is that in order for other platforms that are not Apple related to read those files, it needs to be converted. Now, Apple converts it automatically when you share the photo or when you download it from the iCloud or any way that you take the pictures out of your phone. So since it does it automatically and it's going to convert it when it does that, there's no reason not to have high efficiency. If you're somehow getting into your phone's files and dragging them out, most compatible might be the one you need to have enabled in order for your pictures to be in a format that can be read on your computer easily. So, but for the most cases, you're fine with high efficiency. Just use high efficiency. You don't really lose quality or anything like that. Now, Smart HDR or Auto HDR, have just enabled it. You want to be able to shoot HDR. This is the optional one, keep normal photo. Because it has a Smart HDR, you have the option to save the one that wouldn't be HDR also with the HDR photo, but the HDR photo looks the best, so there's no reason to have a crappy image next to a good image. So I never have that enabled, but I might use that in order to show you the difference. So that's it when it comes to those settings. If you go to the photo one, which is above camera, you can see here Siri and search. We talked about Siri to find your pictures. iCloud photos. So when it comes to iCloud, your iPhone has 5 gigabytes of iCloud storage by default. For like $1, you can get 50 gigabytes, and then for $2.99 you can get 250. So you get all this storage, and the great thing is that it will store all your pictures to the cloud, and then it will need internet in order for the high resolution file to be seen. Usually a low resolution is kept on your phone and a high resolution is kept on the cloud. Now, 99% of the time, the data from your phone is strong enough to download the pictures quickly, so you can always look at your pictures. I always have all my images on the cloud. I log in online and look at the images. I'll show you guys how to do that in another lecture. But I like having iCloud. I pay the extra money to have all my pictures and videos on the cloud because I shoot way too much. I shoot so much video, so much photography, and my phone storage will just not be able to hold it all. So having iCloud, paying for the iCloud, gives me enough storage for all my pictures and video. And in case I lose my phone, everything is there. I never lose my pictures. I just pick up another phone, download them, and it's there. So you want to, my recommendation is to sign up for iCloud and store all your images and use optimized iPhone storage. Now, what optimized iPhone storage means is that if your pictures are taking up most of your storage on your phone, not the apps, just the pictures, then it's gonna put them online so you have storage on your phone, and your phone is always showing to have enough space. If you say download and keep originals, it's gonna have it online, but also on your phone. You can see them offline, which you're never offline, and then your phone's gonna be filled up, and then you're gonna run out of space. So optimized iPhone storage is what I keep it on. Now, if you click upload to PhotoStream, then people can, from other devices, they share the same iCloud account. If you have multiple devices, you can see the pictures in the PhotoStream. I don't really use that. You can share albums. I don't really use that. You can summarize photos. So the photo tab shows every photo in your library and all views. You can choose compact, summarize view for collections and years. So in the photos tab, you can see all that like collections, and like it categorizes and makes it like have different ways to find your images, which is cool. So we just leave it on. View Fuel HDR means it shows you the full HDR image at the end. Transfer to Mac or PC. You want it to transfer the compatible format automatic. You just don't mess with that. It's set to automatic. That's what I was talking about before, where it's going to send the JPEGs over. That works. Okay. So those are the settings. I just wanted to show you those real quick to you. And now we're going to move on to the next lection.